Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for enjoying another week with us at Ringside Rants with yours truly, Just Mike. And to my right, Bad Karma as always, Josh. And over here to the far right hand corner, you had the Smarker Strong Style Phil and a complete thrown to me, thrown to us, me and Josh rather. Phil told me like 5 seconds or 5 minutes when we went live, we were having a guest tonight with us, and his name is Chris. Welcome, Chris, to the Ringside Rants, and introduce yourself. Talk about what you do, and let's see if we can get some questions for you.
Hi, well, thanks for having
You're welcome, man. I'm glad you're on here.
Yeah, no
Philip
problem.
for like 25 years. We grew up watching wrestling together.
We even
We've
went to
been
the
in many
Elimination Chamber
shows
pay-per-view
together.
together.
Yeah, so actually, funny story. I have the chair from that event here at the house. Uh,
From
so
Elimination
like
Chamber?
the collectible chairs, that they have down that you can buy that you get at the pay-per-views. I have that chair from the pay-per-view that we went to here.
Holy shit.
Uh,
Thanks.
So Philip's been trying to get me on the show for a little bit, ever since he found out that I purchased something. Uh, and what that is I started my own wrestling company.
Congrats.
Oh,
What is
really?
what is the name of your company, brother?
So that is to be revealed at a later date. We're still working through a couple things on that, and maybe by next week we'll have the official name out there.
What? Uh, I guess this will be my first question to you. What area of the states is your promotion going to be in?
So right now we're looking in Jackson County, Harrison County, George County, Stone County area.
All Mississippi.
Yeah, mainly Mississippi. I mean, I live in Florida right now, but the Mississippi area just lost a promotion in that Jackson County area. So I kind of picked up those assets from that company that was running there, and we will be starting a new thing.
Was the initials of the person that dropped his promotion CB?
No.
Okay.
No, the former promotion was AWA. They ran in Pascagoula and Ocean Springs. They shut the doors. I bought the assets. Uh,
So you bought out Cotton.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. That is awesome.
So, yeah, there were a lot of surprised people when that happened, and we're going to run with it.
Let me guess. One of them being a guy named Tommy Wetgen.
Oh, no, they actually all knew.
Oh, they are, man. Okay.
Tommy and Brent, they knew almost immediately after I
Okay.
purchased it. They were all on board.
They're excited, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've actually worked a couple of the DCW shows recently, as well as the ring announcer and commentator.
Oh, nice. Nice. Congrats.
So that's kind of what got me into where I'm at now. Is really a year ago, actually, I asked AWA if they needed a ring announcer, and they said, yeah, we could try you out. And so that was my foot in the door, and I kept trying to get Philip to come to the shows, and he never did.
I was working a lot, man. Sorry.
Well, now you'll have to come to the shows.
Yeah, now he has to go. And yeah, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. So, what's the biggest thing what is the goal you're setting towards, I should say?
Really giving local wrestlers a place to wrestle and perform. That's the biggest thing. Is giving them a platform to perform their craft and get better, and perform in front of different kinds of crowds.
Yeah. Is there any particular talent you're looking at, or already thought about signing, or have signed already?
Talent wise, there's some that I've talked to. My booker is a little bit more involved in that than I am. Maybe I'm giving the final say on everything. But my booker has some ideas on the direction I want to go.
Nice. That is awesome.
Who's your booker, by the way?
I'm not going to let you know that yet.
All right. I guess we'll stay tuned then.
Yeah, there's still a lot to stay tuned for. The name, where we're running, when we're starting it. It will be next year.
2025?
2025, and it's going to come up very quickly.
Like February, January, March area?
February.
February? Around the, I guess, Valentine's Day Massacre era?
No, more like the 1st of February.
Okay. Nice. So what type of, I should say, I know who you bought it from. I know what kind of lineage and what kind of shows they were running. Are you sticking to that same format?
A little bit of that, but we'll see what we come up with. I'm thinking we want to maybe tap into some of that other talent in the area and see what they have to give in the ring.
I got you, because I know they were more of a old school / family friendly company. I didn't know if you were going to be that style, or you were going to go more edgier, or try to go something along the routes of, I don't know, something totally different than what most people would think about being in the deep South.
Well, we want to keep it, family friendly.
I got you.
We want the whole family to come out. So, basically what you see on TV. Try to
what I'm guessing what you see on TV. I'm guessing you're trying to say more like WWE.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some elements from the other companies with TNA and AEW that they have some of those family friendly aspects to them too.
Not necessarily the stuff that's sitting like right here behind me.
No, we're not going to do the lights, the family skewers and any of that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, I would assume not. I mean, that they don't also they do that, but they also do what I would like to consider actual really good technical wrestling, like the scramble matches. The tag team division is really, really phenomenal. Hell, Balances Forever has been their tag team champions, almost going on for a whole year now.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, besides the ultra violent stuff, I mean, that's there. I mean, that's what they were actually known for. But to be honest, their actual wrestling, in-ring wrestling product is what gets most of their talent right now signed, like Jack Cartwheel, Wayne, Nick Wayne, what's his name? The clout cutter guy, Jordan Oliver. Gringo Loco has been all over the world. He's even, so I mean, stuff like that. That's
local guy to me.
When I mention this, I mention I'm a fan of the hardcore stuff. I love the deathmatch wrestling, but when I mention GCW, I mention it because of, like I said, the wrestling aspect. Because every one of those guys that do the deathmatch wrestling can actually go. Besides Nick Gage, but he don't even work there right now. But besides that, every one of them can go in the ring. Even John Wayne Murdoch, even though he's been known as a deathmatch wrestler, the man can still have technical skills inside that ring.
Even Joey Janela.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rina Yamashita.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I watch GCW from time to time when I remember that it's on. I shy away from some of the more ultra violent stuff, but I mean, yeah, I definitely see a lot of good technical matches from them, and it just really depends on their show too, because they do have a lot of different shows for a lot of the different interests people have.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And you were speaking about like you're not wanting to tell too much yet, and you're still in developing names and all this stuff. Are you going to be helping out with like you said, you work for DCW here and there every now and again? I guess since after Justin passed away, you were mainly the guy they went to after the fact, I'm assuming.
Just for a couple shows. Like I went as a favor, and I saw a post, and I went, hey, I can come do that for you, and I went and did that for two of the shows, and then I went and helped out with the commentary on two more shows, and mainly I've just been a fan. Like it's been fun. It's been fun going back to being a fan at times.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Instead of being part of the show. And then, I me purchasing the assets of the company to form my own company. That wasn't planned. Like that was completely on the fly. I'm sure there's some people out there that have their own story of it, but truthfully it was, hey, do you want to buy a company? And I went, okay. Didn't really plan on having that happen tonight, but that's where we're going to go.
Awesome. So, what I'm trying to say is DCW going to be help putting on like shows with you, or are you doing this all on your own? Or
this is all on my own.
Oh wow!
Can't wait to see what you do. Have some help, but there's some other people out there that are working behind the scenes. And like I said, this is really the first time that we've really announced pretty much anything
on this show. Okay, that's
breaking news.
Yeah, it's pretty breaking news right there.
Local breaking news, I should say, in my area. Local breaking news. Today, I learned this happened, and I'm guessing this happened. I would say about a month to a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it was about a month ago. It was right after the last AWA show.
Okay. So what I'm about to say, it might sound a little hurtful or whatever, but I do apologize in advance. Where does that leave Gata?
I'm going to not comment on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand completely. You said that with a straight face too, man. Okay. I get it. Trust me. Good dude though, man. Great guy. Besides that, but
doing his own thing.
Huh?
He's doing his own thing. Nothing but hope you guys have a successful thing with doing what you're doing over there in St. Louis.
Yeah, I don't even know where he's wrestling at actually. So, that's I know he worked for Cotton for a hot minute, and he was one of the boys, I would say. But that's the reason why I was saying, where does that leave Gata? But because I know what he had some very very harsh, some really really harsh things to say about Tommy and them as well. But that's neither here nor there. But let me go and think about this one for a second. So when you purchase this company, and we don't know the name of it yet, are you going to try to stick with the same like logo style as the old banner was?
There's some new inspiration here.
Okay.
It's very well. So AWA, they were Alabama Wrestling Alliance. Well, haven't had a show in Alabama for a really long time.
Yeah.
And we are going to be a Mississippi company, so it will have something to do with Mississippi.
Okay. All right.
Which that's coming soon. Like I've got the logo. I've got the name. I'm just not ready to.
I got you. I got you. So it's going to be something to do with the MWA or MWC, I'm guessing.
You got the letters, but not in the right order.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, I understand completely. But no, I mean, I've been. I never went to any. I went to a couple of Cotton shows back whenever he was. Whenever Joey was still living, because Joey was a friend of mine, and he asked me to come to the show they were doing at Tillman's Corner. Which I mean, it wasn't really Tillman. I guess it's Tillman's Corner over there at the skating ring.
Yeah.
They were doing shows there for a while, and that's when Mountain Man was still living, and I guess you would call it Doink, the original Doink the Clown, I guess you would say, was still living, and they were doing shows there. And well, that was AWF then. That was AWF. I'm sorry, but Cotton took over from the AWF to the AWA, running at the skating rink for them.
All right. Be right back, guys.
Go ahead, Josh. And so what I'm saying is, like, is it going to be? Are we still looking at that style of wrestling though? Like that really? I hate to say this, corny. It's very corny. It was very boring. It wasn't very entertaining.
I don't know. We're looking at something very entertaining.
Man, I can't wait.
I want to reveal.
Don't. Hey, man, keep stuff behind curtains, man.
The surprises, dude. Surprises.
I keep it. Hey, man, keep. Right now, in the world of wrestling, everything's out in the open. There is no curtains being drawn, and you're trying to hold curtains. I admire that. I truly admire that.
It's
because
very
like I mean, I want to dirt sheets, spreading rumors of bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been the butt of that lately.
Yeah, and
the rumor spreading for the past month has been quite interesting. Since
let them, man, let them. So are you going to have a women's division as well, like what Brent and them do, or are you going to be something totally different? Or
yeah, I do plan on having women's wrestlers. That was something that we were planning on doing in AWA when we were starting to build the division. There were some things that got derailed there. Now, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't involved in any of the booking, any of that. I was just a talent on the show.
I got you.
Ring announcer or doing commentary or helping record it, all that kind of stuff. I got a whole library of video from the shows.
So when you purchased the assets, you purchased all that as well?
I did not. I did not purchase the history. I did not purchase any of that, but I have the library of video because I recorded it.
Oh, nice.
Hey, don't you have the match with Alexander Hammerstone as well? In your Springs? Because my friend, one of my coworkers, was at that show about a year back when he saw Alexander Hammerstone wrestle Nikolai Koloff. Vladimir Koloff in that.
Yeah, that one. That was before my time. I was going to shows, kind of, and that was before Hammerstone got signed to TNA. Like almost right before.
I think that was right whenever he decided to leave MLW for better or for greener pastures.
Yeah, he did that. Richard Holiday came through.
Yeah, Richard Holiday's a good guy too. Yeah,
for a show or two. Put on a heck of a match. That was against Nightmare Jeremiah for the Heritage Championship that they had. Heck of a match.
So you keeping most of the same titles, or are you going to change them up a little?
I did not retain any of that. I did not retain the name, the titles, any of that. So
you just bought the ring.
I get to design all new titles, everything. So that's really cool, actually.
Can I ask you a couple of questions then about your title situation? Did you go to a company, or did you just find a person, or are you?
I'm still working through that on the titles. I found a couple different belt makers. and working through those, trying to see what we can get done. I have a idea with one of them that I've not seen anywhere, and I think that will translate well, to the audience and see and having it completely
Have
different
you
look
seen
than one else.
Have you seen the Haas belt?
Oh, I'm trying to think which one that is.
New South.
Oh yeah, that thing is huge. It's like a stop sign.
Damn.
It's huge, man. It's dumping them, man. They spent a plenty of money on that title. It's a beautiful title.
Oh yeah,
It's
that New
beautiful.
South Championship, like I said, it's like the size of a stop sign.
It's huge, man. It's no joke, man. It's like the middle of that thing is like this big, like this wide, and about yay tall.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it weighs like
Not
50.
even a belt, it's body armor.
Kenzie Page was their champion for like almost the whole year, man. And that little lady was carrying around this giant championship that was bigger than her head. It was awesome. I loved every second of it, watching her and what is that woman's name now that wrestles in Ring of Honor? God,
Billy Starks?
huh?
Is it Billy Starks?
There it is.
I
Billy
love
Starks,
Billy Starks.
Kenzie.
She's awesome.
Yeah, they went toe to toe, man, and that was like some of the best ring work I've seen from women's wrestling in a long time.
Billy
Like
Starks is a prodigy, man. That's all
oh,
I'm gonna
dude,
say.
she's amazing. She's amazing, and she's only 20 years old now, if that. 20, 21.
That's pretty talented right there.
Yeah.
She's
I think she's only like 20 because she signed with AEW
18.
at 18. Yeah.
Yeah, right when she graduated high school too. I mean, that's
Her
where
and
the
Roxanne
Briscoes-
Perez. Her and Roxanne Perez are the two mega stars from women's wrestling right now, in my opinion. But I digress. That's on a whole different level. But there is some couple of women here and locally that are on that level too, or could be on that level very soon.
Yeah.
One of them was on our show actually
There's
too.
several women's talent in the area that are phenomenal.
Yeah, speaking of one, Vyra Lestrange, she's been on our show about 400,000 or 500,000 times.
Oh yeah.
It's like a couple weeks she was on our show for a while.
Yeah, we basically had the Vyra Lestrange hour going on here. It was crazy.
Yeah, she's really good, and she definitely gets a reaction from the crowd.
100%. If nothing else, she will get a reaction.
Yeah, her, Brooklyn Barrett, Kimber Fox, and I'm sure I'm missing some. But they're all really good ones in the area. Oh, T Gaines is another one. She's
I was about to tell you, man, like you forgetting that one, man.
what is it? Emily Locke. She's another one that's really good too.
Yeah, T Gaines, she wrestled in New South, I think last month or so. So yeah.
Yeah, they're frequently on shows over here in Florida in the area.
Yeah, I know she wrestled over there, and I know she wrestles over there in Panama City a lot too. Panama City, Pensacola, Fort Walton Beach area.
The Guardians Legacy.
Mhm. Yeah, and then you have
another one.
yes,
they run shows up north of where I'm at.
I got you. So, what part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Crestview right now.
I got you.
And interestingly enough, we don't have any promotions that run here in Crestview with how big of a city this is.
Y'all used to have one, I thought.
Yeah, there's nobody here in the past almost year that I've lived here. Haven't seen a single.
I thought Lucha had one there.
They run them more down in Fort Walton Beach and Destin. So
I could have swore Lucha Liqueur was running out of Crestview sometimes at a bar or something.
Haven't seen anything here lately.
No big deal. Not a fan of him anyway as a human being. But you know, that goes without saying. But you know, there's like for example, wrestling in general, you're bringing something that had notoriety and had a big following for years and years and years, and you have now purchased this organization. You didn't purchase the name; you just purchased what I'm guessing is the ring, and
The
what
ring,
else?
basically everything you need to run a show.
I got you. So okay,
Because I took over all the video production back in like June of last year. I have all of the cameras. I have the production equipment on that side of producing everything.
I got you.
Because our intent was to start producing a show. Like we were going to start producing a streaming show.
Nice.
And then some things got derailed there and priorities changed. So I have all this equipment to run a show, and now I get to incorporate that into my own thing.
Well, now you got everything ready to roll again.
Yeah, just be ready to roll.
So, are you still going to try?
Just don't have the old ECW camera angles.
Oh man, those are the best, man. What are you talking about? Those are the best.
Hey, as long as we don't do the shaky or the jump cameras like Kevin Dunn did.
Exactly. The whole I'm here, I'm over here, I'm over here now, I'm over here, I'm up here, down here. Whoa, crowd.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
And it depends. It really depends on the building too. Like some of the venues that we run, you can play around with the different camera angles, but sometimes you really can't because of the setup.
So, are y'all
So
going to try to go for like a Triller TV setup, or y'all going to try to go for like a local indie setup, like really just like a hard cam, like DCW does?
we've run at least with what I've done, over the past year of being involved in the filming of the shows. We'll have a hard cam. We might have the ring roaming cam, and then we'll have possibly one or two other cameras to switch to just to give another angle.
Nice. That'll be good. That way, are y'all gonna have like the little clip its in like in the old '80s style, where like backstage here goes an interview with such and such.
Yeah, there may be some of the different stuff, once we get into actually producing a show. But right now, it's going to be kind of trying to feel out the area, see where we can promote the shows, and see really what the fans want. Because I mean, I can go put on any kind of show. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It's really about what the fans want to see.
Exactly. Like, for example, I know you said George County, Walker County, and stuff like that, but like what type of venue are you talking? Like an old VFW, a bingo hall, or are you trying to go to like something kind of bigger?
I mean, right now we're planning on the smaller, more intimate venues, probably the VFWs, maybe a civic center here and there. Different community centers. That's the thought. I mean, it really just kind of depends on where there's going to be the demand.
Yeah, because I remember whenever I was helping out Tommy and them, and they were running out of a Soche, whatever.
Okay.
It was in a park, but it was in a bomb shelter, like a tornado hurricane shelter. And that was whenever they took on, it was DCW versus OVW. And it was an all right. I mean, the show was good. The turnout was mid. But are y'all trying to go for something like that area? Or are y'all trying to go somewhere where it's not like off the beaten path like that was? That was way off the beaten path.
I mean, right now, my plan is to stick to the Gulf Coast. The two coastal counties right now. And then it really is going to depend on my work schedule too. Because I'm going to be running shows over in Mississippi while I live over in Florida. We'll see what can pull me back over to Mississippi too. Because I have property over there too. But job wise, it pulled me over here right now.
I got you.
You got to do the Paul Heyman and have the wrestlers come to your house and cut promos in the basement and everything.
We can't have basements here. They fill up with water.
They can do things right there by the water.
You dig holes here in the South, and it fills up with water because we're so close to the water.
What? I'm from the North, man.
He's from Chicago. He's up there in Chicago, man. So
right where you're looking right here, this is a basement. So
yeah, we don't know what that is down here.
No. We know what a garage is, though. We have a garage.
Yeah, we like to close those in and make it another room.
Yeah. But no, man. I have my mind is wanting to ask you a million questions, but I already know the answers to them because you're keeping them all behind the closed curtain, and I respect that, and that's why I'm not asking those questions. But the only question I want to ask is this: what type of, and I know this might sound, and you don't have to say anything. Are you going for the same kind of people, like far as fan wise, as all the other local people are coming for? And I'm talking about, and this might sound like I'm working or shooting or whatever, but it's not, and it's the God's honest truth. Most of the people that go to those shows around here are the backwoods, redneck, low mentality, low class people. I am not joking. And like I said, it sounds like I am, but I am being 100% dead honest. It is, man. It's hillbilly, white, redneck, white trash, man. It's god awful, and they have no upbringing whatsoever, and they don't care, and they will bring and say and try to do anything they can to get a reaction from not just the owners, but from the talent as well.
Some aunt, mom, and uncle dads,
and uncle grandbaby pappies.
I've been to some interesting shows, in my time. Like I said earlier, I want it to be a place where everybody's welcome. Like I want, everybody to come.
I get it.
Obviously, not everybody's going to come. It's just not their thing. But we want to have something that interests everybody. Now there's gonna be some times where it's that super technical match, and then sometimes it just may be hopefully a brawl. I don't know.
Maybe a couple chairs. Tables are just lying around. Just out of the blue.
And it really all just is going to depend, storylines and what everybody's willing to do. Like that's not up to me. Like that's going to be up to the talent. Like they're gonna have to. We're all going to have to feed off of each other. Like it's not going to be the iron fist rule. Like we're going to do this. No, if something doesn't work, we'll change it.
Throw a million different things on a dartboard and see what sticks.
I mean, yeah, you could go with that idea.
or play where rock paper scissors.
Let's do this tonight. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it.
No, I want to tell stories. Like I absolutely do. Like I mean, there's going to be stories to be told, and it's going to be you got to be at every show to find out. You got to find out what's next.
Are y'all gonna do a weekly? Or y'all gonna do a monthly? Or y'all gonna do bi-weekly? Or
right now, I'm shooting for one show a month. It may expand. It just is going to depend on demand.
Oh yeah, 100%. I get that 100%. But what I mean by like so storytelling. Now, are you going to and this is what I try to preach to Tommy and them as well. You can't just have a show 1 month, right? And then the next month expect those people that attended last month to remember what happened at your show last month, because they probably went to 6 or 7 other different shows in the area.
Oh yeah.
So how are you going to keep their interest from last month to this month? Are you going to like show like some kind of big montage about what happened? Like for example, like you watch a television show goes previously
What
on
happened when?
Yeah, and we absolutely could do something like that.
Do like a little highlight, like previously, to keep the audience with what's
Buzz.
going on from last month, like show like highlights.
Or not just highlights, just say like at for example, how do I want to say this? Like whenever you watch Raw and you miss like 6 months ago and you quit watching Raw and all of a sudden you go back into it. Well, last week on Raw, this is what happened. You're like, oh, okay. And they don't do it right off the rip. They do it like halfway through the show. They're like, oh yeah. You get people interested about what happened last month or last week. They're like, okay, so we're getting to see a match between so and so and so and so.
Yeah, and that's something to think about there. Having, if we're going to have the same talent on the shows, saying, hey, this is what happened last month, and this is what we're going for tonight. That's that long-term storytelling that
that people
that
love.
doesn't happen in really anywhere.
It don't happen in independent wrestling at all, unless you're GCW.
Yeah. All right, I have a question. What type of tournaments will you be interested? Are you going to do tournaments for the titles?
You know exactly where we're going with that one, Philip. Because obviously all the titles are
vacated.
We have the champion. So, and I don't have a number of championships that we want to do yet. I mean, obviously we'll have a top champion, and I've already said, hey, we're going to do a women's division. So obviously there's 2 right there. And there'll be tag teams. So.
I mean, I love tag team wrestling. I mean, you gotta have the tag team wrestling.
Yeah, we have a lot of different tag teams in the area. And you can do something different. Pair up 2 people that haven't been a tag team before.
Yeah,
do like the Crockett Cup.
Do like the Crockett Cup. Draw names out of a hat. This is your tag team partner.
Yeah, and that was something that was actually an event idea that happened when I was a part of. That there was, I guess it was like tag team turmoil or something, where they had different teams set up and they wrestled, and then they got a shot at the tag titles at the end. I mean, we may do something like that, but I would think more going with the established teams and do a tournament, to crown the first champion.
Are you going to bring in a lot of outside talent, or are you going to try to stick with mainly the talent we have here along the coast?
That's all to be determined. It's kind of based on interest, and obviously we want to bring in big names. And it just depends on a lot of different factors there. How it can fit in their schedule. I know Fuego del Sol is one of them. He's popped up a couple times in some of our conversations.
It'd be perfect.
Hey, he's taking bookings in the area again.
He's also taken a lot of GCW bookings as well.
Yeah, but not in Chicago.
Wow, Josh, really, bro? Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm really pissed about that.
I got you.
But yeah, he's one of them, I love watching him perform. I've seen him many a times. There's other people out there. It's really seeing how well my booker can do things.
like Casey Navarro, maybe.
He'd be a good one too.
I like Casey. Casey's a good dude. Let's see. Here locally, I'm not. What about? Have you ever heard of Tarzan Duran?
The name sounds familiar.
He would be perfect.
Yeah.
No, he would not. He probably would not fit your company at all, not even in the least. He's awesome though, man. He's a great guy. I love Tarzan. Tarzan is I consider him a friend. I am not poking fun at him at all. He has toned down his character a lot though, Josh. He doesn't smoke weed to the ring anymore, and he doesn't smoke weed in the ring no more. So that's a plus.
Yeah, but he probably wants to get some exposure now.
Well, he does. Well, he's been wrestling for JCW, man. He's been wrestling for Juggalo Championship Wrestling. He wrestled at Thanksgiving. He wrestled for GCW not too long ago. He's also wrestled for WXW, and he's also wrestling for XPW.
You mean Westside Extreme Wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. It's a German. This is German promotion, right?
Not that WXW. That one is over in Germany. No, the WXW here is. I want to say it's up there in about Philadelphia area. Yeah, I know they feud with CZW a lot. Not feud, but they go back and forth. And I'm not a big fan of DJ Hyde's mentality lately, but I watch a lot. And I watch a lot of independent wrestling, as it may seem. I do. I try to keep an eye on everything as far as OVW. Hate NWA with a passion. PWG is getting bigger. They're doing crazier things now that Super Dragon is coming back, hopefully.
Pro Wrestling Guerrilla? Hell yeah.
They're trying to bring Super Dragon back, or they're talking about the new Super Dragon. Let's see. The PWF, the Pacific Wrestling Federation, which is up here in Seattle. I've been watching a couple of their shows recently. New South, of course. Yeah. I love mainly most of the companies here. DCW, I haven't been following at all. I'm not even going to sit there and say I have, and I haven't. I have my reasons.
Yeah, they just had a pay-per-view.
Huh?
They just had a pay-per-view this past weekend.
Was it any good?
Yeah, I was there. I was at the show. It was good.
At the Bullet Bob Memorial Auditorium.
Yeah, it was a good show.
I'm glad. I'm glad for them. I'm glad for everybody that was there. I hope it sold. Did it sell out?
There was actually quite a few people there. It was a really good turnout.
Good. Because I know for a while they couldn't even sell out the whole front row.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, and I'm not going to take any blame for that. But I choose not to. But I mean I don't have any ill towards them anymore. Me and Tommy have talked, but that's beside the point. But no, like I said, I haven't followed them, and it's due to personal, and it is not like am I trying. I promise you that, but it's on them. That's how I refer to that. It is on them. The ball was in their court, and it still is in their court. But as far as me going to one of their shows, never again, ever. I actually went to the last time. I think we all three talked about it. Was whenever Vira told me to come and watch her wrestle, and I was like, "All right, cool, I'll show up." I said they probably won't let me through the door. She's like, "Oh yeah, they will." No.
Oh yeah.
I was a commentator as well for them as well. I don't know if you remember me at all, but yeah, me and Tommy have talked since then, but it's no big deal. But no, the next question I have for you though, if you're doing the once a month, and we talk about that, and you're doing storytelling, and you have two main championships, are we talking like a night tournament, or are you talking about like monthly?
Well, it'll really depend. Like I have an idea for the inaugural champion of the inaugural men's champion, inaugural women's champion. I think it's a really cool idea. And when we get there, we'll brainstorm on it some more. We might have a sidebar talk off air. Get some ideas out there. But
Go ahead, bro. Just some sunglasses.
Oh, you're good.
Whoa.
You're at that, okay, bro?
There's an idea out there. I think a lot of people will like it.
Okay. Now the questions I have for as a tournament style, and let me see if you're a fan of them, and then I'll make my own assumption and not even ask any questions. Round robin tournament. You a fan?
Yeah.
Okay. One night tournaments.
Yeah, that would be that's kind of my idea.
A one night round robin tournament.
I don't know. It might be a couple rounds. It'll be different people. We may have a way to qualify for each one of the spots, and that'll be based on the previous event, and everybody will qualify for those spots and have their matches the next event.
Oh, that'd be great. Because I'm gonna be honest, people may disagree with me, but the WrestleMania 4, that tournament to me was amazing. Even though it didn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, it made sense to me, and I liked it. And the other tournament I really enjoyed was here recently, the last Continental tournament that AEW was holding, and actually the Continental Classic, what they're doing this year as well.
Yeah.
That's going on right now.
Is lasting for a whole month, but I know that's a month because it's a weekly show.
Yeah.
And that would be like a yearly thing.
Yeah. We'd have to have a lot more shows to be able to run something like that.
Yeah, and that's understandable. But the way I would see that running for a whole year before you crown a champion, I know that sounds too long and too far-fetched, but realistically, it would, in my opinion, it might garner a lot of buzz. Just like, for example, the original, the HWA, the Heartland Wrestling Association with their Heritage Cup. Their first title for their Heritage Cup was a 6-month tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, man, that's way too long for a tournament. Is it? Is it though? Because if you think about it, they were running 2 shows a month for 6 months. And it was a round tournament, the winners versus the loser, or the losers versus they had a winners bracket and a losers bracket. And the winners went on ahead and took the title, but the loser, whoever won that last title, whoever won the losers bracket, was the first person to challenge for that Heritage title.
Mm-hmm.
To me, sounds amazing. They had 24 people try out for that title. Thumbs up to that. And to me, that it sounds like a lot of people, and you had to pay a lot of money. But at the same token, you're telling a story, and really not even telling a story. You're putting on a great wrestling product for a championship that right now, in my personal opinion, is one of the greatest wrestling championships in the independents known to mankind, because you have a lineage for a title that never even existed, but now you have all this heritage for it because of all these people that came before it to try to wrestle for it. And now since then, how many people have held that title? It's insane. Oh, and they actually have something that you can look back on and go, wow, that lineage means something. Just like the old NWA title. I know it don't mean shit now, but back in the day, that was the one title everybody's like, I want to own that title. That is the title I want. Not the WWE title, not the WCW title, that NWA title. That's when Ric Flair held. That's when Hardy Race held. Dusty Rhodes held. That was a title
Sting.
you wanted to hold.
Sting.
Now, everybody, huh?
Sting.
Did Sting hold that one?
He held the big gold belt.
That's
the
WCW. That was WCW.
Yeah.
That's still NWA.
No. Oh yeah, that's the offshoot of it. But no, you want the original 10 pounds of gold.
The original 10 pounds of gold. Nick Aldis held it. Cody Rhodes has held it. Even though back then it's whenever Billy Corgan took over, it was still means it still meant something. But now
Shane
that
Douglas held it for a couple minutes.
who?
Shane Douglas.
He held it for a whole 3 minutes and 30 seconds tops, and he told anybody that held that title could kiss his ass. I mean, you can watch that clip on YouTube.
I'll tell you another
can
tournament.
see however
I
you
wouldn't
want.
mind seeing someone do someone like AEW's Continental Classic. It's basically kind of their version of the G1 Climax in
It
Japan
is.
Pro Wrestling,
It
which they
is.
use like football, like they do over in the Premier League and the Football Premier League over in the UK.
Man, you don't know nothing about no Premier League there, Phil.
Well,
with
I know
the
that's how they do
relegation
tournaments, though.
Promotion,
Huh?
where people get relegated to the lower division and then they get promoted up.
Whoever's the higher points, yes.
All right, so name two teams in the Premier League.
Manchester United and the Spurs.
That's my team, man. Man U is my team. Actually, the reason they're my team is Cristiano Ronaldo played for them way back in the day, then came back a couple of years ago, and then they left again to go play in Saudi Arabia. I'm a big sports fan. Sorry, I can't help it. But I love, and I keep trying to tell people, wrestling is not a sport; it's an art. That's out there in the world as a sport, but it's actually an art form. Because you can't just go out there and go, "Hey, I want to be a wrestler today." Can you dance? No. Okay, then. Next.
Yeah, there's a cool promotion up there in McGee, Mississippi called the Lost Art of Wrestling. That one, I've not been able to make it out to their shows, but I've tried. Usually they run it on a time that I can't make it.
I got you. Like, I've caught 2 New South shows, and next year I'm putting this on everything I love. Next year I'm going to the Haas tournament, gentlemen. Phil, you going with me?
Yes.
Okay, Josh. I know it's a long drive for you to make, bro. If I can get you a plane ticket, will you fly down here to it?
What is it now? The Haas tournament?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to explain that to me. So
The Haas tournament is the heart of the Sweet 16 or something like that. It's the Haas tournament. They basically, I can't really tell you. You're just going to have to
big
Google
guys,
news.
wrestling. That's
It is not. It is not.
Meat.
Well, I mean, to be honest, the last
men slapping meat.
Well, I mean, the last champion was Beamer Boy, and he's actually like 19, 20 years old. He wrestles in GCW. He's wrestled. His name is Drake. God, what is Drake's last name on here? Damn it, you gonna get me in. Here I am trying to do something.
Oh, here, let me look at some of the GCW's bullshit lineup here.
Oh, here, yeah, there you go. There you go. Ha ha ha. Matter of fact, Pineapple Pete, Suge D held the New South Wrestling title.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Suge D's awesome.
Yeah, he really is. What is Drake's name? God almighty. All right, here we go. They even have a show coming up on the 14th of this month. I ain't gonna be able to make it. Oh, is that Dijak? Yeah, Donovan Dijak is going to be there. That's great.
I love Dijak. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be in Gadsden for New South. And I'm trying to figure out what is Drake's name.
Also formerly known as T-Bar.
Yeah. That's Miss Larkin. No, not her. No. I'm so sorry, man. I'm Thunder Thighs versus Zach Johnson. That'll be a good match.
It would be cool if Danhausen showed up.
Well, he's been there before.
I'll
Danhausen's
let
risky.
Danhausen be cursed.
Yeah, New South has had a lot of people, man. Hell, the New South versus GCW of 1 and 2 were great last year.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of different shows that they put on.
I don't know if they could afford Danhausen prices.
Yeah, well, I mean, GCW does. Supposedly, GCW was going out of business or some crap, but that's bull. Hunter Drake. That's what it is. It's Hunter Drake. I am no why I can't even remember, man. God almighty. Hunter Drake.
All I know is I was severely pissed off at GCW this past weekend.
I bet you were. You're always pissed off, though.
Put on a piss poor show in one of the top 10 markets in Chicago. I mean,
you're just mad because you wasn't there. That's all it is, Josh. You were just not there. That's why.
Here's the reason why I wasn't there. Let me see. Let me pull up this fucking lineup here. Where's this bullshit at? Okay. You had the artist formerly known as the Bang Bros going against High Commodity. Now, the Bang Bros have been to Chicago, I don't know how many countless of times. I've seen them, done it, been there. Okay.
Bangin' Matthews. Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, let me see. The Bangin' Matthews went against Kerry Morton and Griffin McCoy. I mean,
High Commodity, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably would have been an all right match, but you know what?
I like the fact they're trying to get Kerry Morton away from NWA. I love that.
Then you had what was it? Garbage Daddies going against High Commodity. That's a two teams right there. I'm like, okay, it's still meh.
Dude. Alec Price, one more time because he's trash is awesome.
I know, but it's like I've seen it.
It don't matter.
The past 5 shows. I mean, the past 5 shows out of them, the three of them stand out.
Okay.
Okay.
Cole Radrick's awesome.
Yeah, man, he is awesome, but seen him.
But you got to look at it though. GCW have their people.
But like I said, I'm looking at the lineup right here. Matthew Justice going against Lou Nixon. Then you have Violence by Design going against Del Sol. I don't even know who the fuck that is. All right.
Time out. Right there. Time out. Go back one. All right.
Violence by Design?
No. Before them.
Matthew Justice going against Lou Nixon.
Lou Nixon is a big UK wrestler. Huge.
Yeah. But like I said, what I'm going towards is I'm looking at this whole entire card, and there's not a draw.
Matthew Justice is a draw, dude.
There's not a. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not knocking these wrestlers. Don't get me wrong. They're all phenomenal wrestlers and everything. But I'm looking at the card, but they're just nothing. No one there is grabbing me to making me want to go to the show.
You ever seen a Lou Nixon match?
No. Don't know who the guy is.
What about you, Chris? You ever heard of Lou Nixon?
Yeah, but I'm like I said, I'm looking at the. You can pull up the card right now, and you can tell me, would you go to this show? Then you go to the week before. I'm like, the week before. I'm looking at. Let's see, Mance Warner going against Homicide.
That was the big card though, man. That was a huge card.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at card whenever Ricky Starks got pulled from every GCW event going forward.
Yeah. But also I'm looking at all the other cards too. I'm like looking at the next couple of weeks. I'm like, shoot, everybody else have these bangers and we got the shit show.
Well, you got Talia Hall, man. They have a contract with Talia Hall. Number one. Number two, Talia Hall isn't going to allow craziness to go on in their venue.
I mean, the last couple times they put on a good show. Like the next one, man. You got Fuego del Sol, man. Like shit, I would have liked to meet Fuego.
Fuego's a good guy. He really is. I've met him several times whenever I was with DCW. And
But yeah, that is my gripe against GCW is like this show and the last show they did was kind of lackluster.
It was mid.
It was meh. I mean, meh.
All right. So take in consideration what I'm about to say, Josh. And this is, for example, for Chris as well.
Like they got Jimmy Wing Yang coming. What the fuck?
Hey, I like Jimmy Wang Yang. I like Jimmy Wang Yang.
Wait a minute. I met Jimmy Wang Yang.
I would have loved to have went to that show.
See, yeah. I mean, same here. But here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying, Josh.
Jimmy Wang Yang.
GCW have a actual roster now. Before 2022, they didn't have a roster. It was just people they just brought in and said, "Hey, you want a fucking spot on our card? Go out there and do this."
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did. The very first person they actually signed to a contract was Nick Gage. The only person they've ever signed to a contract. Everybody else that they have working their shows is on a handshake deal. That's it.
Contract rest. Yeah.
There is no contract.
Well, how Effie put it into a term recently? This
it's your verbal contract. It's a verbal bond.
Yeah.
It's what it is. I will be there, and this is what I'm going to get paid for, and this is what I'm going to go do. If you want me to wrestle, that is up on you. That ain't up to me no more. You ask me if I'll do it, I'm going to do it. Now, GCW has had more wrestlers stay with their company because of that. Number one, they're on Triller Television or Triller TV Plus, and they're getting mass exposure. Hell, Jack Cartwheel's 26 years old. I met him at the New South versus GCW 2 show. My fiance was like, "Hey, you do a lot of gymnastics." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You know what, dude? You're really cool. I'm buying a t-shirt from you." I know it don't mean a lot, but at the same token, it helps you go and do other things. And it'll also help GCW try to come back to New South again. And they haven't been back then, but I know they still have a good, actual good working relationship because of Carmine. Carmine's awesome. Even though I like to call him Carmen. But they're good people there, and GCW have great people with MLJ and Dave Prazak, who did a moonsault at the first show, which was fucking fantastic. That's all I'm going to say. And being at any GCW show, and you're saying that they're not having star power. Look at it like, for example, for me and Chris, who don't get to experience star power. What did you say, Chris? Hell, I would have been there.
Yeah, it would have been a fun show to go to.
Exactly.
You know what? I don't get me wrong. I've had a blast. I had a blast at all the shows and everything. I mean, hell, the last time in Chicago, I had a guy that was passed out next to me, fucking drunk as fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time too, I'm looking at the card and it's like seen him, and I'm like, and the main event was Mance Warner versus Kylie Ray.
All right, so I'm gonna stop you on that too. All right. First and foremost, Kylie Ray just signed a contract deal with ID with WWE. Number two, Mance Warner is probably one of the most over heels. Wow, that's hateful, man. But I agree.
In the words of George Lopez, no, not George Lopez. There's another comedian. I can't think of his name right now. Stop me when I lie.
Okay, I can't stop you. But anyway,
how long she lost in AEW? Then she went to NWA. Then she went back to TNA.
Kylie Ray.
Yeah,
you already know. So, but hear me out when I say this. Mance Warner is probably the most over heel in any company that isn't WWE or AEW.
Granted,
TNA, but TNA, I mean, but Mance Warner is probably the most over heel. I'm talking, he's bigger than Matt Cardona heel. Matt Cardona was the biggest heel of all time for a long time.
Speaking of which, I found out at the at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, Matt Cardona's facing Chris Jericho for the title
Yeah, that was
At the-
just announced.
at the Hammerstein
Really?
Ballroom. Hi guys.
Yeah,
Well-
he's
well-
announcing it tomorrow night, actually.
Oh, because it got taped. That's why.
Yeah.
But
but
well,
this-
hell, he's gonna. Well, damn. How many shows are gonna do at the Hammerstein Ballroom? You got Ring of Honor and you got GCW. See, and that was another thing too. I looked at the GCW lineup at Hammerstein Ballroom. I'm like,
amazing.
They got that, and we got this. Really?
Think about it though. That Hammerstein Ballroom show is a pay-per-view show. It's on the caliber of Slammiversary. It's on the caliber of WrestleMania. It's on the caliber of All In. It's
Or
huge.
November 2, or any ECW pay-per-view.
It's gonna be jam packed, and you know, it's one of those venues. I mean, I would love to go there.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
when
like one of the meccas of pro wrestling, like Madison Square Garden, the Superdome, Corkin Hall.
I'm gonna be honest with you, gentlemen. If I can get me a plane ticket cheap enough, and I can get me a cheap enough hotel, this white boy right here is flying, bro. I'll be in NYC watching the show. I'm just saying.
Speaking of flying, if you want to get your jets flying, try one of our favorite energy drink sponsors.
Oh yeah.
Dubby.
Dubby.
We love you, Dubby.
Get your
sponsors
W energy drinks. Get your W energy drinks. Go to w.gg. Get your fuel
Ringside
on.
Rants.
Use our promo code Ringside Rants, 10% off.
All caps. All caps. All caps. No capping. Just saying, all caps. And no jingle, no jingle, no jingle. I'm not singing no jingle. No jingle.
Yeah, that's the other thing we got to go is sponsors.
I mean, W Energy Drink. They're a great sponsor, man. I mean, hell, we haven't been canceling. I've been talking about how to make sure things bigger and all kinds of crazy shit. So W Energy Drink. Yeah, they ain't fired us yet. They haven't told us we're canned or censored us or no crazy shit. So W Energy Drink's amazing. And trust me, I don't even drink energy drinks, but if I did, it would probably be W. I'm just being honest. But I do drink their hydro shit, which is basically Powerade or Gatorade. Smells like cotton candy, tastes like heaven.
You should try some W, Chris.
You should try some W. Yeah, use our hey, dude. Matter of fact,
Great sell on that right there.
huh?
It's a great sell on that right there.
I'm telling you, dude, it's delicious, man. It smells like cotton candy and tastes like heaven. You can't beat it, brother. It's the watermelon lemonade is so fucking flavorful. It feels like watermelons and lemons are having a big freaking. It's a party in your mouth, and I don't mean that in the wrong way. It's delicious.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of traveling and everything, tickets go on sale for AEW Texas, man.
Monday.
Let me know who's gonna buy. I'll send them the money.
Probably this guy here. Probably this guy right here.
Let me know the ticket prices. I'll send you the money, and then we'll start booking flights.
Yeah, well, I'm not booking a flight to Texas. I'm going to be driving to Texas because, and you're going to be flying, of course. But the reason my All In is going to hold a special place in my heart. I'm a Nolan Ryan fan. I'm not a Texas Rangers fan, but I am a Nolan Ryan fan. And it's going to be in Arlington Park. It's going to be in that stadium where Nolan Ryan pitched his 7th no-hitter. So we got to go, bro. We got to go. I don't even care about the wrestling aspect of it anymore, dude. It's Nolan Ryan's freaking home, bro. It's there.
I mean, to me, Dallas is always. I loved going to Dallas when I went to it 5 years ago. I don't know, plus Dallas is one of those places where they love professional wrestling.
They do. The whole Dallas Fort Worth area, but this ain't even in Dallas though, Phil. This is in Arlington, brother.
Yeah, it's
still close to Dallas.
It's close. It's close.
The metropolitan area.
Thank you. I'm right on this one. It's a sub city,
which is bigger than the entire Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Arlington is like, yeah, it's huge, dude. It's an amazing city. You
Well,
have the
so
Rangers.
I like the Dallas Fort Worth Arlington area because I've been around Arlington when I was going through the Dallas Fort Worth airport.
Yeah, I've been to Dallas, and I didn't really care for Dallas because I'm not a Cowboy fan. Number one, I'm not a Mavericks fan. Even though my favorite basketball player is the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks, Jason Kidd.
I pity anyone who's a Dallas Cowboys fan right now.
Y'all have a better record than Dallas Cowboys. Y'all shit the bed on Thanksgiving. That's all I'm going to say, bro. Shit the bed on Thanksgiving.
No, but we took care of business right after it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, hey. My hat's off to you, my sir.
Yeah. But
so hey, we did our job. We beat the Dolphins. So just saying. Yeah, but now we're moving the all in. I personally want to stay as close as possible to the stadium. Because I also heard through the grapevine that there's another huge show plus another huge show going to be in that same area.
Well, usually if I would GCW is going to piggyback off of it.
I don't think so right now because GCW is really pissed off for AEW taking Hammerstein Ballroom.
Really?
Oh yeah. That way I think Effie made the comments of, and Chris could probably vouch for this as well. It's an unwritten law or unwritten rule in professional wrestling. If we're holding a venue, you give us a grace period of at least a month to 2 months before you hold your event at the same venue. AEW,
WWE and AEW,
huh?
Unless you're WWE or AEW, they're like, let's run the same area back-to-back weeks because that's what we do.
Well, I know AEW wanted to get the venue the same time as NXT was doing the ECW show.
They couldn't get it. Mm-mm. So they got the Hammerstein Ballroom almost a month prior to GCW's Hammerstein GCW versus the World. Now, Brett Lauderdale said, we're not allowed to hold an event at certain places because certain events are going on. But whenever we have an event, it's okay for them to come over here and basically steal it from us or run shows there before we can get it. And that's basically what they're doing for Final Battle, Collision, Dynamite. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. And what is that going to do? It's going to leave a really, really salty, bad aftertaste in GCW's mouth. And that's why Effie went on his podcast and said what he said about the whole situation. And if you haven't heard or read the whole transcript, was basically that it's a bunch of bullshit that you can do whatever you want because you're $1 billion company. However, you're probably not even going to fill half of the seats.
I don't think that thing's going to sell out too.
Yeah, it's Hammerstein Ballroom. But and you got three major events.
I would have never put. I didn't even know if he had a podcast until like the Ricky Starks thing happened. That's when I learned like he has a podcast. Well, anyways, but at the same time too, I was like I didn't put two. I was like, was that AEW? Was it doing it next week? Ain't it Hammerstein?
At the end of the month, close to the end of the month, right after year end or year's end.
This is crazy. Like I guess I think that's what got Ricky Starks pulled from GCW bookings. It
wasn't Effie. It was his remarks he made in the middle of that fucking ring. Hell, we heard it ourselves. I mean, I'm not going to be frozen out. I'm gonna eat wherever I want to eat from, and I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, and this is how it's gonna go down. Mm-hmm. And he got his contract extended, and then this, that, and the other. Speaking of which, Chris, how about getting Ricky Starks? At least for a show, man. At least for the main, at least for the number one show, man. I mean,
we'd have to see what his booking fee is.
That would be a major, major, major freaking boom for you, dude. Like, I know it probably won't be cheap, but it would be awesome because you would have not just the casual fans around here, but you would have actual, in my personal opinion, you will have national coverage for it. It's almost like, for example, if you had Alberto Del Rio on your show, like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy. Why would you have this guy? But good publicity, bad publicity, still
Equals
publicity.
money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that book Eric Bischoff wrote.
Yeah.
It's
all about this,
cash.
baby. It's all about that. And if this right here happens and they just fall from the heavens above, it's a win-win situation, no matter what it is. And like Ricky Starks, or hell, this right here might even be another one. Come up real soon. Penta.
Penta's officially 3 days ago officially released.
Yeah.
But they're saying that he went straight to WWE. Don't know how true that will be. See how the water plays out.
Yeah.
God, it just has disaster written all over it. You know exactly where they're gonna do with them. You know exactly.
They're gonna make it a laughing stock like they do with every other Latin person they have in the WWE. No offense to Ray, but
I don't know about that. Penta and Phoenix, they have a very large fan base behind them.
Huge.
Their following is massive. Their talent is out of this world. Unless they're up against the Young Bucks, I hate watching them wrestle. That's just my personal opinion there. I don't like the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks in the ring together. They just don't pair up well for me. But I mean, they have massive drawing power, like both of them.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I agree. I totally agree. But oh god,
I can see them going up against anybody. I mean, granted, the tag division in WWE is not the greatest, but they do have some really good tag teams.
Motor City Machine Guns.
I mean, Motor City Machine Guns are the champions over there on SmackDown, or they're not anymore.
I don't know if they're not.
Oh,
They also got Gorillas of
they're the tag champs on SmackDown. Yeah,
they are.
Gorillas of Destiny from New Japan Pro
Yeah,
Wrestling.
you have Tama and Tonga.
Yeah, Tama and Tonga.
They're doing a bunch of goofy shit right now. They're doing a bunch of goofy shit right now, but it's getting a reaction.
Yeah.
But they both are very good in the ring. You have DIY. I mean, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. I mean, they're about ready to redo their feud in NXT. Yeah, and if they break them up, then they bring them back together. It's just what happens.
Yeah, and just like
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they break them up and they bring them back together. They break them up and bring them back together.
And they just turned the New Day heel.
Yeah,
which was really.
You got New Day over on Raw. You could always go have Jimmy and Jay get put back together.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That yeet movement, man. That yeet movement's on fire.
For a special match, if it was Phoenix and Penta, absolutely put them back together and let them go wrestle. And you got other ones. Austin Theory and I forget his name now.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah, Grayson Waller. I mean, they're a good team together. They work well together.
They're terrible.
And because they're doing their job. Everybody hates them because they're doing their job.
No. There's a difference. I will tell you this. There's Baron Corbin heat with Grayson Waller. Not Austin Theory. There's Baron Corbin heat with Grayson Waller. Ooh. Boring as hell. No one gets any of his jokes. It's flat. It's boring. It's way over the top of a rainbow, and it comes back around. And everybody's like, what did he just say? It's Australian. We don't get it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Baron Corbin does the whole 360 clothesline deal. Why?
But then you hear stories about Baron Corbin and how he was one of the safest people in the ring to work with too. So it's kind of one of those weird situations with him and with each of them, because you have all kinds of different talent that say, yeah, I would really like working with him because he's so safe in the ring.
Matches.
So it's just one of those preference type things.
Now, I have one question. I have a question for you though, Chris. Name one entertaining match with Baron Corbin that you were like, oh my god, I wish I could watch another one. I'll wait.
I can't think of one.
Exactly my point.
But if I did have to think of anything, I mean, his feud with Roman wasn't terrible.
It wasn't great either.
It wasn't great, but it put him over.
Not bad, but not good either.
It put him over as the bad guy. They did the weird dog food thing and all that, but
I don't even remember it. That's all. I'm being completely honest.
I remember that. Yeah.
I remember it because it popped up in my feed the other day.
Wow. So this is my ordeal with Baron Corbin. NXT, I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool gimmick. The lone wolf gimmick, I liked it. When he had long black hair, kind of dig it, He came in the same time as another guy that people probably forgotten and wish they could forget. And I'm going to keep reminding people of this man till the day I die. Bull fucking Dempsey. Do you remember Bull Dempsey?
Sounds familiar, yeah.
He was the guy they tried to push to be Rhino in NXT.
Oh, yeah.
And it failed. I was at the NXT show chanting Rhino's better. And then the whole crowd around me in unison, when he came out to the ring, was chanting Rhino's better. Rhino's better. And WWE was like, you know what? Fuck you, assholes. We're going to bring in Rhino, and he's going to destroy Bull Dempsey in 10 seconds. And then we're going to give him a stupid gimmick where he needs to lose weight and be that guy. And then we're going to can him 3 weeks later. Baron Corbin should have been that instead of what we got 9 years. 9 years of Baron Corbin. We should have got 3 minutes of him. Just saying. Jesus, man. And I digress. I'm not really a Baron Corbin fan, as you can tell. But I like him more than I like Ryback. The Goldberg.
Ryback.
No, the one thing that shocked me this week was the New Day heel turn. I kind of knew Austin Creed. I already knew he was going heel. I mean, you could see the writing on the wall, but when Kofi joined him,
all right, time out, bro. Time out. You watch any anime, especially DBZ?
Yes, I do.
Remember the Piccolo thing he was wearing? Kofi Kingston wore a Piccolo outfit. The whole thing. Piccolo was a good guy at first. Remember?
Yeah. No, he was evil at first.
No, he was a bad guy.
He was a bad guy.
But he held on to being a good guy. Oh, who was the good guy that went bad? Who was the one that they never saw? Was it?
No, it's everybody. The bad guy became a good guy.
Well, anyway, he was wearing Piccolo garb. Basically, the whole thing was Piccolo.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
And this was like months and months of like how WWE wants to throw that out there, like, oh, you got to watch everything. You got to catch every single thing.
Vegeta went from villain to good guy.
Well, they all did.
But at the same time, it's like actually, it kind of caught me off guard when Kofi was like, fuck you, Big E. I'm like, wait, what? Wait,
I like it. I'm dude. I'm a fan.
Don't get me wrong. It caught me off guard, and I'm like.
Yeah, they had to do something. They had to do something with it because they were just treading water at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to do something there. It was like, okay, are they going to turn on each other or what's going to happen?
That's what I was waiting for.
And then it just kind of stopped. No, we're gonna team together. No, we're all gonna lose. We're gonna keep losing.
you gotta realize also a lot of their storyline got halted after like one guy was supposed to be the cause of the breakup, but he got
Odyssey
fired.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then something else.
BB.
Then something else happened. I think someone got injured because they're working up to the angle where like what you call it was going to go heel, and then I think he got injured. And that kind of put a halt to it. Then now they got back on track, and
I love it. I love it.
I like it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it going forward. I mean, it should be an interesting thing. You know, they tried to play more of the real life type deal with it. You know, he may come back. You know, you never know. They're playing it.
You know he's coming back. I mean,
I said this recently, man, and this is just me saying this out loud. What if Kofi Kingston, whenever they were both going off on Big E, he was like, you know, Edge came back, Stone Cold came back, who else he said came back? Christian came
Bryan
back.
Danielson.
Daniel Bryan came. All these people came back, and you can't.
I know. I was like, ooh.
all he had to say, man, is it because you're black? Is that what it is, dude? If he would have said that line, dude, I would have went, mic drop, mic drop, bro, and then walk away, because everybody in the crowd be like, and especially Booker T. If Booker T would have been on commentary, did he just say that? Tell me you did not just say that. You know, is that's what it would have been like, bro? Because it would have just been poof, and the whole crowd would have went crickets, and that's how you kill. And that's how you kill Raw.
It's like damn. You just it's like damn. He said go back to your desk job, and I'm like ooh. Biggie's coming back.
Man. They roasted the shit out that man.
And some of it, I was like, oh man, this kind of hurts.
Like take the dagger out. At least they did it to his face and not behind his back, man. They did it straight to the man's face. There was no dagger in the back at all. There was no misunfortunate. Oh God, I can't believe that happened. It was all like.
Oh, and did you see the social media of Big E's girlfriend? Saying there's like
crazy.
At least I don't have to cook special meals for these guys anymore. And it's like then Xavier Woods, he like fired back. I was like, well, your food wasn't good anyways. Well, it's like, yeah, well, trying to prepare for something for your sensitive palate, like your singles career and everything, or something like that.
Ooh, man.
Oh, she roasted the shit out of him.
She went after Kofi with his vegan diet, and she went after Woods with his childish palate.
Childish, sensitive palate.
I mean, the man has a doctorate's degree, for fuck's sake, okay? The man has a doctorate's degree, dude. And he plays video games and makes more money on his YouTube account than he does in wrestling.
Well, he would have until WWE took it over.
Well, they own proprietary rights to it, not all of it.
Yeah.
Up, Down, Down is still one of the most biggest channels in YouTube history. So they can't own all of that. And that's I think that is an Austin Creed thing. I think Austin Creed still makes money from that. So everything he's ever done and will do in the art of professional wrestling, or the sport of professional wrestling, rather, he's always going to make money. He made money as Consequences Creed in TNA. He's made money as Xavier Woods in WWE, and he will make money no matter what. Even in Pornhub, whenever he was banging freaking Paige.
Except for
I went there. I'm sorry for going there. I do apologize for that. That last remark should be stricken from record. I am so sorry.
Except for G4 when a crazy what was that girl's name, or whatever that girl was. that destroyed
on
the
G4, the one that played in the one that was in movies and stuff here a couple years ago, the X-Men movie.
No, that wasn't her.
Yeah,
That was not her.
yeah, the one at
That was,
Age of
that was not the girl that became a guy. No.
Oh no. Oh no, I was talking about G4 itself, like the chick transformed from doing
No,
G4.
I'm talking about G4, the video game show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they hired that one girl to be the host it, and she went on a rant and basically destroyed the company.
Yeah, that's her.
That is not the chick from X-Men.
Yeah. Age of Apocalypse, dude. X-Men Apocalypse 2016 had
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn. Thank you.
What character did she play?
Psylocke.
She played Psylocke.
Yeah.
She did a good job of that too. I liked her outfit.
Yeah,
That
she
chick
destroyed.
was, no, wait a minute. Hold on. No.
You saw they didn't bring her back in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
They brought a different actress in.
Yeah. Yep. True story. Like they did for the Juggernaut, which I thought was terrible.
Yeah.
Juggernaut looked like it.
Vinny Jones didn't want to come back for that brief.
Okay, wait a minute. No.
Yeah.
The actress that played Psylocke is not the same girl. I'm talking about this girl was full flaming lesbian rank girl. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, they just sound like Teenage Warhead.
No.
No, see, that's the Deadpool stuff.
Yeah, that's Deadpool stuff.
Oh, no.
I don't know,
He's
man.
still part of the X-Men though.
Yeah, but no, I know who you're talking about, but no, that had no take on that at all. But anyway, back to wrestling there, Josh. You took us on a whole rabbit hole of whatever we just went down. But wow, that's like whenever feel like when we're about to sign off, Chris, is no lie. 2 weeks ago feels like fun fact.
We're talking about Austin Creed. He was on the new launch of the G4 show until that one woman went on a rant about guys want to see sexy women again, and basically tanked the show.
Well, because Olivia Munn was hot, and everybody knew Olivia Munn was hot, dude. She was just there. She was
but I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the. God, you're gonna make me say shit that's gonna get canceled, man. The lesbian, okay, that one. I'm talking about that one that took down the entire G4 network.
I know what you're saying. I get it. I don't remember her name though, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I remember the whole thing that happened.
She's the one that caused to go in low viewership.
Yeah, because people were like,
that's the reason why G4 got canceled again.
Well, yeah, because I mean, nobody wants. It's sort of like the whole thing with, oh yeah, that's a bad person.
They basically trash talked all the video game development companies and everything.
Just like, for example, the person that plays in the Umbrella Academy, Page,
Elliot Page.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That was in the X-Men movies. They went from she to he.
You mean he to she or she to he?
He.
She to he.
Yeah. But the thing about that is, it's like,
and that killed the Umbrella Academy right there, because it's like woke, done.
I like the kid, man. I like the dude with the tattoos on his hands. I like it.
But like I said, it's a lot of the culture nowadays is like, it's like I was generally interested and started watching that show, but once I heard that, I was like, done.
Yeah, but it's made it 4 seasons. I mean, it did a thing.
It did a thing, and then
it did a thing. And then Elliot Page is dating a guy, and then did a thing.
So
I don't know, man.
Anyway,
Let's get back to wrestling.
we're way off the mark, but
Way out left field, bro. I mean, that's what happens. I mean, at least it was movies this week instead of, I don't know, music like it was last week. Good God, man, we talk about everything here. I apologize, Chris. We talk about everything, brother.
I've watched a lot of the shows.
Oh, you have? So you already know what you're getting yourself into, bro.
Yeah, I already do. So
but getting back to wrestling, the past 2 pay-per-views that has gone on.
Survivor Series, I fell asleep during.
You had AEW Full Gear, then you had WWE Survivor Series.
War Games.
And I'm going to say AEW was a lot better.
I didn't watch it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I think AEW put on a better product. It just, I don't know. I watched the whole WWE one, and it's like,
well, according to
I
it was supposed to be on purpose for story reasons, from what I heard.
Something just didn't seem good about it.
I heard rumors of saying that I heard someone saying that it was on purpose. They made it crappy on purpose for storytelling reasons.
Well, the first war. Let me see. It was like the first match in the War Games one was the women's, and you could tell
the crowd wasn't in it.
These women, no, the women weren't in it either. That's the reason why. Until Ripley got into the match, it finally got interesting. But the whole entire thing, it was just like they were wrestling like women. Honestly, that's what it was like.
The views and opinions of Josh
is fact, and stop me when I lie. No,
I don't know. The War Games format is such a hard format to use because you have teams of 5, you have 2 go in, and you had the advantage match, so now it's 2-on-1, so it's just them beating each other up for a while, and then you finally eventually get all 5 of each team in there. They're like, okay, now the match starts. I'm like, well, they've been beating each other up with weapons for the past 20 minutes.
And it's like,
did EO bring out the trash can?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't you watch it?
Here's the thing that I was kind of expecting is like maybe just someone be like, "Chew," gets.
Something's happening in wrestling, like you can't, they always can't be top quality matches, something's happened.
It's like I know they're trying to bring some of that back, but just
something. Well, the thing is, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I fell asleep during this match. I fell asleep during the whole pay-per-view. I turned it on. I was like, you know what? I am going to give WWE Survivor Series a chance because I know who was on the card and what was supposed to happen. Especially, I was hyped up because CM Punk joined the OG bloodline and Bronson Reed joined the new bloodline. To me, dude, that was awesome. So I fell asleep during the opening match, literally the women's match. I fell asleep after Bianca joined them. No, Naomi got in the ring.
No, man, it was when it was Rhea. No.
Got in that ring, and I'm like, damn, she's ready to go down. This is where I fell asleep. I fell asleep when Naomi got in the ring, and I woke up during the LA Knight Nakamura match. And then I fell back asleep. Then I fell back asleep after that match. I don't even remember what happened. I remember the ending of that match when Nakamura won, and I didn't wake back up until the next morning. That's how bad the pay-per-view was. Now, I did go back and watch Full Gear for free, by the way. I'm not going to say where I got it. But I did go back and watch it.
You probably got it for someone who hasn't watched bought a pay-per-view since
No,
1997.
he did not send me. He did not send me any links. I will be honest with you. He did not send me any links.
I haven't watched a pay-per-view. I haven't paid for a pay-per-view since '97.
Yes, we know, Josh. We all know. The
We have to
FAA
remind
is
the
looking at
viewers
you.
that-
The FBI is coming to get you. Ha ha. The FBI. But anyway, no. The thing is,
They're gonna catch me running.
I watched
All right,
Full
grease up
Gear,
deaf guy.
and I felt disconnected as I thought I would, because the only match I was like, there was two matches I was like, oh my god, this has match of night potential. Kyle Fletcher, Ospreay, Takeshita, Ricochet. Both matches were phenomenal. Everything else was like, why am I watching this shit? It felt like I was watching Dynamite. And I know that's kind of shitty to say that, but it was God's honest truth, man. It felt like something I could watch on a Wednesday night. I mean, the Orange Cassidy fucking Moxley match, dude.
It left off with a cliffhanger from what I've seen. I was disappointed about that, but you know,
It's just not something you're like, hey, let's have this on a pay-per-view. And I love Orange Cassidy. Like, I love Orange Cassidy. I love the change in his gimmick, everything. But it's just
It's not there, man.
lacking something. And it's not somebody that he works well with.
Nope.
he
Because
doesn't
they
really work well in Mox. He hardly ever wrestled Mox, so I mean, it makes sense why people are thinking that.
Well, look at it like this too, man. Orange Cassidy doesn't need a title.
no.
Orange Cassidy is, in my personal opinion, I will go on to say, I said this last week about who Joe Henry reminds me of, a hot rod rider, Roddy Piper. He don't need a title. He's as good as he will always be. Orange Cassidy is almost in that same caliber of not needing a title. He don't need one. He's already in that upper echelon of either a good guy, like Dusty Rhodes, whenever he was in WWE with the polka dots, which I think was the dumbest thing ever, but he rocked that shit. And then you have Orange Cassidy on AEW doing the same damn thing. He's as good as he will always be, but he don't need a title to prove you he's that fucking good.
And
And
I
another
think the
person,
next champion is possibly going to be either Darby Allin or Mike says Christian Cage.
our Father, who art thou in wrestling, hallowed be thy name, Christian Cage, for all who that is done on earth as it is in that fucking ring. It is, I'm telling you, dude. I am telling you, Christian Cage is the next AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
After somebody else wins it off of Moxley.
I can't get behind Darby being the world champion.
Nope.
That's the reason why. That's why reason why I'm saying it. It was like it's gonna be like a situation like this. They're gonna make Darby win. Then right when he's at his weakest, that's when Christian Cage is gonna come out and get him.
This is what I'm thinking personally from what I've been watching, and I could be totally wrong, but I hope I'm right on this. Jay White is going to face Mox. Jay White is going to beat Mox. And Christian and Jay White have already had beef.
Mm-hmm.
Christian, with the help of the Cowboy or the Hangman, whatever you want to call him, is going to beat Jay White and become AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
I could see that. I could see that happening.
This could put Jay White over.
Dude, he's already over, bro.
Sure, he is over.
The
It's
Bang Bang Gang?
There is no Bang Bang Gang, man. All of them are injured now. What you call broke his leg?
Oh yeah, the guns. Yeah.
No, Juice.
Yeah,
Juice Robinson broke his leg during the tournament back in Saturday.
Yeah, he was in the tournament. He broke his leg during the tournament.
What did you guys think of the match between Garcia and Okada?
Daniel Garcia, man, and I'm going to say this, and this is no joke whatsoever. Whenever I was helping Tommy out, I told him, I said, hey, man, you all these seminars you want to do and stuff. I said, there's two people you should go after and grab. One of them was Jonathan Gresham, the Octopus. The other one, Daniel Garcia. And he was like, who's that? To both of them. And I was like, never mind. I'll shut my mouth. Because that let me know what style of wrestling he watched. And I was like, these guys are actually wrestlers. They're technical wrestlers. Daniel Garcia is, in my opinion, the next HBK, the next Y2J. He is a mixture of both of those gentlemen, and it's no slouch whatsoever in his game. They call him the Red Death for a reason.
The Dragon Slayer. The Dragon Slayer.
Well, that happened in AEW. I'm talking before the moniker he got in AEW. True. The Red Death is legit. I have actually seen him in a match, and he was getting beat by Jake something. And Jake was beating the living shit out of him. And all of a sudden, Jake bloodied him. And he took the blood, because it was all over the mat. He put his hand in the mat and smeared it all over his face and neck. And he got up and he said, "Do it to me again." And Jake punched him again, and blood just like he hit something, dude, and blood went everywhere. And he didn't.
So he had a crimson mask.
Legitimately, the Red Death. And he beat the living shit out, dude. And it wasn't even a hardcore match. It was just a real physical, technical match. And when I watched that, and I can watch it back repeatedly because of how good it was a story that was being told in the middle of that ring. It meant something. Jake something wanted something that Daniel Garcia had, which was that title belt. And Daniel Garcia wasn't letting it up for nothing. He said, the only way you're going to get this title is if you knock me out, kill me, or make me not breathe no more.
Certain ways Okada put Daniel Garcia over.
And, dude, that match made Jake something's career in TNA legit. Because TNA management were like, hey, we need to do something with him. And he's like, you know what? I've been here 4 years. Fuck you, I quit. Where's he at now? Nowhere yet. I guarantee you in the next 6 to 7 weeks, he'll be in AEW.
Jake something?
Jake something. Because
AEW a couple times, eh?
When?
No, he hasn't.
Ring of Honor.
No.
Has he been in Ring? I haven't seen him in Ring of Honor either.
I've seen him on GCW though.
He's been in GCW. He's wrestled for TNA. He's wrestled for Wrestling Revolver. He's wrestled for OVW, but he has never wrestled in AEW. But I will say,
got signed to AEW as well.
Who?
Leva Van.
Yeah, and so has supposedly Mike Bailey, but we don't know that for sure.
Speedball.
Everybody loves a speedball.
Wait a minute, ain't he in TNA?
No, he quit. He dropped the X Division title.
Yep, man, he's done, dude. He left. He took his ball and went to the AEW. Because there's rumor. Well, I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but TNA recently announced they're going to do bigger venues. When AEW is doing smaller venues, TNA is talking about doing bigger venues, and it's all because of the publicity from WWE. And I'm not trying to take that and go, you know what, that's what they needed all along, kinda. But in all honesty, though, WWE is going to buy them out. I mean, they're just waiting on the time to buy that company out completely. You don't think so?
I believe it.
It's been that way for years and years and years. Yeah, they're going to buy them out. Anthem's got tons of money.
They don't have tons anymore. They lost a lot of money whenever their funding chip went away with whenever they lost what was that other thing they were using? They lost some big partnership. They lost a huge one.
Oh, a Global Force?
Well,
that was after that.
Yeah, Global Force happened. Yeah, they bought Anthem bought TNA or Impact Wrestling out from under Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan thought he was buying TNA, and it didn't happen. The Carter family sold it to Anthem.
Yeah.
Because Anthem had money, and Anthem had their own television channel or their own television station, I should say, just like WCW had or TBS had WCW, basically.
Yeah, because they ended up buying Access.
Before they purchased TNA.
Yeah, which was where they were already at. They were already on the channel. They bought Access. They bought Access. They went from there. So I mean, they have their own channel. They have their own place to broadcast the shows. They may be looking for a new partner. You know, you never know with these TV deals.
Yeah. Just like AEW is looking for someone to host whatever it is they're trying to do now.
Yeah, so, they want to throw another show out there.
Livewire, I think it is, something like that.
So, but you know, the only thing about that is you delete the product, which we've seen that with everybody.
Yes.
We saw that with WWF. We saw that with WCW. You know, then they bought WCW. then you know, TNA came around and around networks for years and years and years. You know, going all over the place. You know, they started on Fox Sports.
No, they did not.
No, it was pay-per-views first.
Yeah.
Pay-per-views first, and that model really wasn't that great. And then they got to deal with Fox Sports, and it was a weird time.
It wasn't Fox Sports. It was Fox Sports South, which is a whole different entity in itself. It was only dedicated to the southern states.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, they had a really weird deal with that. You know, it was on at a weird time. It was hard to watch. Then they started to get a better TV spot, and then it hopped around to a bunch of different ones. You know, then they got the big Spike deal, which that was a interesting part of their history. They dropped the 6-sided ring and brought Hogan and Bischoff and all of them in
and killed it.
And really, really hurt the company for years after that. And then they hopped around different TV networks going.
Didn't they land on ID at one time too? No.
They were on Destination America for a little while, and
that was the one.
Then they weren't on anything, and it was just streaming online. And then
I remember watching that. It was like watching that. Then all of a sudden, I went to moose hunting.
Yeah, it was
moosing. You're fucking moosing.
Then it just went all over the place.
And now they're on Access Television, which they've been on Access for like 6 years now, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, they've been on there for a long time. So it's been a nice spot for them. You know, and they've had different times on Access, but I think Thursdays is where they're going to sit now.
Yeah, I don't see them going anywhere else. And did y'all hear about WWE announced with Netflix that whenever they go to Netflix, the programming isn't going to change. It's going to stay the same.
It's going to stay.
That sucks so bad. Like that's trash to me. It's like you have this network, this platform to be everything that everybody wants to be, and yet you're like, yeah, we're going to keep it just the way it is.
But you also have to think about the sponsors. They have such a wide grasp of different sponsors than they've had before. So it's kind of one of those. Do you want to upset your sponsors and they all go away, and you're involved in all kinds of different products?
Well, I mean, they almost lost Snickers twice, and this year alone, they almost lost 7-Eleven twice. Yeah, and
you have to play to the sponsorship too. Do you want to have a wide variety of sponsors, or do you just want to have the niche sponsors.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's like a. I don't know, man. I honestly believe you could do both. I really do, because of who they are, and I honestly believe they could get away with a lot more than what people think they could. I mean, hell, look for example, they brought in what was that dude's name? J. Cole. Or they brought him in for bad. Who did they bring in for Bad Blood? Who was that rapper?
I don't remember.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he has like a rap sheet longer than Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like okay, we can bring you in, like Jelly Roll, for example. Jelly Roll's been in and out of prison for almost how many times? Convicted felon and all kinds of stuff. And yet they put him on television, and the sponsors are like, okay, that's cool. Put Machine Gun Kelly on there before. That's cool.
But they won't bring back Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, I'm not going there on that one.
No one will, man. But the dude, I mean,
or better yet, I'll use a better comparison because I know you got. They won't bring back Enzo.
Not going there on that one either.
I don't know. He does that thing with his like.
I mean, the Enzo thing was just they were trying to find a way to get rid of him anyway. Velveteen Dream, they tried everything in their power to keep that man, and to be honest,
Enzo got kicked off the bus for bragging how much money he made.
Signed twice, and he got released for something.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the other stuff happened. He got released again, and now nobody will touch him. And that's with a lot of wrestlers, though. You know, that were involved in, you know, that.
Me too.
There's a lot of
them
that people won't touch.
Honestly, I think it's time for Enzo to come back. It's time. It's way past time.
He's been in MLW though. I mean, he was doing his thing there,
and then he quit.
Yeah, he quit. But
he also did a pay-per-view of New Japan Pro Wrestling where like a lot of the Super Juniors, and he totally bashed them.
Yeah, and he also did a match at XPW with Hoovy, and Hoovie beat him, which I'm so happy. I'm so happy the Juice beat him.
He needs to come back, and I think the villain needs to come back. Marty Scurll needs to come back.
Oh, dude, he's been needed to come back. Everything they did to that man, dude, was unwarranted. Everything happened to him. That the girl was underage. Really? And what state? In what state? Oh, all of them. Wrong.
It was in the UK.
And it happened in the UK, and she was of age of consent in the UK. Hence, the girl was 16 years old. Hence, the state of Alabama, the legal age is 16. Actually, the legal age in Tennessee is 13. Legal age in Mississippi, 16. So, all these people saying, oh, she was not of legal age of consent, that's bullshit. So, take that little pipe that they think they're smoking on and keep on smoking because it's bullshit. The Me Too movement just happened to gain fire because of one person. And he quit wrestling because his main thing was, I want to make a union. And he is your wrestler's favorite wrestler. He is the Jewish Star. He was a big deal in CZW. And he was also making headwaves in GCW. And he was the 120-minute man. So, I mean, and it was all because of it wasn't nothing that was done towards a woman. It was things that people were saying that were done towards a woman against him. She never came out and said anything. He was never held accountable in a court of law. He just said, I'm done wrestling because all they want is money. And he said, I'm not going to give it to them. Same thing with Joey Ryan. Oh, all these things, he's a bad person, and all these things happen against him. Why ain't he behind bars? Why is he still outside in the world today? Why hasn't there never been an actual case filed against him? If you're going to make all these claims and accusations, and you're not going to agree with them, Who?
Jimmy Havoc.
That dude's a crazy psychopath. All right? That dude's a fucking psychopath. Literally, he's a psychopath. Over in England, no promotion. They were happy AEW signed him. They're like, oh, thank you fucking God. And then when all that shit came out about Jimmy Havoc, they're like, oh, we ain't got to touch him? Fucking fantastic.
Oh, they were happy that his career was over.
Dude, you could ask any promotion owner over there in the UK. They're like, Jimmy who? Oh, yeah, the crazy son of a bitch that ruined his career by trying to take a swing at fucking Tony Khan. What an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, I would get fired, too.
I mean, he's a psychopath. Psychopath, dude. I mean, as much as I hate the people I've ever worked for in my entire life, I'm not going to get drunk and then try to take a swing at somebody that I work for. Number one, that's a no-no. Number two, I don't give a fuck who it is that made me so mad that I wanted to take a swing at them. I'm going to give them a warning before I do.
And they say TK wasn't a boss. He was definitely being a boss right there.
No, because he kept him on payroll for 6 months before he canned him. Got him help, got him rehabilitated, and then shit canned him. No, that ain't being a boss. That's like, hey, man, I know you swung at me. I'm going to forgive you. Not only am I going to forgive you, I'm going to pay you for 6 more months. Go get you rehabilitated. And then when you're done with all your training, I'm going to fucking can you. That ain't being a boss, dude. That's like being a pushover. That's why Mark Henry said what he said. That's why everybody that's worked there is saying what they've said. Even Joey Janela said it. You don't work for a person. I mean, you don't work for a company that has actual people that stand behind a certain thing that goes on, but for creative. You have a person you go to and go, hey, is this a good idea? Can I do that? And he goes, let me think on it. I'll get back with you. And eventually he may or may not get back with you. But if you're not within well lights of the company, you may never get another fucking phone call or face-to-face with Tony Khan. Hell, ask Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, he just
that's the legit thing I'm saying. But all that being said about that, Jimmy Havoc's a fucking psychopath. Fucking psychopath, dude. Like the only other person I could say that swung on their boss and was still employed, Jericho. He did it to Vince McMahon. Took Vince down. Put him in the lion tamer.
Wasn't that on plane?
Plane ride from hell. That was the same one where Ric Flair showed his ding-a-ling.
There was a Dark Side of the Ring episode on that.
And guess what happened? They canceled fucking Tommy Dreamer over it. And Dreamer, all he said was Ric Flair is going to be Ric Flair. How are you going to cancel a man for being honest? That's like me telling you, hey, man, I wouldn't eat at Wendy's anymore, man. You know why? Because I heard they put people in their meat. It ain't fucking true. But people are going to
Ric Flair was the main thing of the whole thing, and he didn't even get canceled. They tried to, but it's like, you can't cancel Ric Flair.
DCW tried to cancel me. I'm like, dude, fuck you guys. You're a fucking low-budget independent company that nobody gives a fuck about. Nobody gives a shit about your company. Hell, I went to New South, and I was like, hey, bro, y'all, cool. Still good with New South. The only reason Tommy was mad at me, and I'll throw this out there because it's the God's honest truth, they got it out of him as well. He was mad because I left. I didn't give him the opportunity to tell me he didn't need my services anymore because I was so much of a big help. I helped do everything for him. Everything. And then whenever I told him, fuck you, pay me, and he was like, I don't have to, but we kind of had a verbal fucking handshake agreement. Still written in law. But yet, after I talked to him, I was like, I don't want it no more. I don't. I just want to be me now. and I don't want no ill will from y'all or nothing. And then when I went to that show, I still gave them the bad fucking taste of Mike Woodson right there. I gave them the bad taste of me, and they can't get it out of their mouth. They hate it, and I'm cool with that because I am who I am. And if I did something so horrible, so heinous to them or to anyone, I'll be like, you know what? My bad. I'm sorry. I have never done anything but been an outstanding person to them. Hell, there was a guy that held up a sign that said, one of the butterflies raped my dad. I walked right over to it and snatched it out of his fucking hands. And I was like, nah. And then they all congratulated me for that and said, hey, man, thank you. Appreciate that. I was like, hey, man, I did what anybody else should have done. But that being said, they wanted to cancel me after I told them basically I quit. But I digress. So with that being said, though, is whenever someone does something like that to someone and tries to cancel somebody over something that they've done nothing but good for, and all they want to do is spit out fucking horrible shit that they supposedly done, and they don't have any factual proof. Oh, but you were found this, that, and the other. Cool, fine, dandy. But the thing is, again, nobody gives a fuck because you're a low independent fucking company. If I was doing that shit for, I don't know, GCW, PWG, WWE, AEW, then I could be like, you know what, that's well warranted. Because you know what, they have, look at what's going on with Vince McMahon right now. That's warranted. Correct me if I am wrong. That is warranted. But for just whatever reason, just because they're got the poo-poo mouth and got butt hurt, nah, fuck them. And I say that with all use and sincerity. But why do we even get on this subject? Damn it, Josh, your fault.
No, but don't blame me. I didn't do it.
Nope. I ain't doing anything either.
I just said
It's
Jimmy
fun.
Havoc, and you went off.
Mike, take
I did. I went on a fucking rant, dude. You let me go on a fucking rant. Look at that.
Well, this
Hey,
is
it's
Ringside
called
Rants.
Ringside Rants for some.
Shit, man. I don't even want to rant about that no more. I haven't ranted about that in what, 6-7 months? You bastards.
But
Anyway.
but guys,
I know it's getting late, gentlemen. I gotta
Yeah.
work at 7 a.m. in the morning. I know it's getting late. Josh,
I know I gotta be at work at 4, or I gotta be at work at 5 tomorrow, and then plus I'm also heading, jumping on a plane and going to Texas for the weekend.
you are?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Somebody's getting married.
Yeah.
Hey, won't you just take a little hop of flight, man, and come over to Mobile for a minute?
I wish.
I know, right?
I'll be driving.
Oh, I saw so I could get jacked. So
I
yeah,
wouldn't
man.
jack you, bro. I'll pick you up in my car, bro. I'll pick you up in the Genesis, man. We'll go riding around and drink a beer somewhere.
Well, no, I'll be at Daphne Friday.
You'll be in Daphne Friday?
Yeah,
There you go.
show there in Daphne Friday night.
Well, who's doing
I'll
the
be at
show?
work as usual. So
What is it, Slammed Academy?
Oh, the DCW thing?
No,
No, that's Ryan's place, ain't it? That's Ryan's stuff.
no, that's not even that. Was it Slammed Sports and Entertainment? Something to do with Elijah Burke. This Friday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Elijah?
yeah, the Pope, Elijah Burke.
The Pope D'Angelo De Niro?
Yeah,
See, I thought that was Ryan Fury's thing.
no, he had Revolt and Combat Sport Pro.
Well, yeah, I know those, but I thought he also had the Slammed Academy thing.
I don't know about that.
Because I know DCW has the Diamond Mine or something like that. I thought Slammed Academy was something Ryan was doing.
I don't think so.
So who owns it?
I don't know about that one. I know it's another wrestling school. They're putting on a show Friday night.
Cool. Well, we're at in Daphne, like a civic center or something.
No, let's see what it says.
You know what? I'm gonna look that up. Who owns Slammed Academy? I'm curious. I'm curious. Dadgummit. got to figure out a way to get rid of that.
Well, anyways, should we say it, guys?
Hold on.
No, it's another wrestling school.
Yep. Slam Foundation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's
Chris, have you heard of Hood Slam?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, it is getting late, gentlemen. It is we are cooking the midnight oil, as they would say, and you know, it ain't getting no earlier on this side of the town, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Chris, it's been an honor and a privilege to have you on tonight, man, and we're more than welcome to join anytime you fucking feel like it. I probably speak that from everybody, and I am really, really, really curious on what your company is going to be called, and on what.
I'll have more on that.
Huh?
I'll have more on that. Probably.
Dude,
At least the next time I show up.
cool, man. Yeah, let us know. I mean, don't even let us know, man. Just show up, bro. I mean, you have an open invitation. Literally an open invitation.
Also, if anybody wants to follow you, what's your socials?
So I have my personal one right now, but we'll have more information. I hope to have that the next time I show up here. Maybe maybe next week.
Oh, that's
definitely promote us and
Some
everything.
exclusive information next week.
Hey, there you go, man. Hey, I love that. I love it, man. So yeah, hell yeah.
Right.
Well, and that'd be awesome. Hopefully, we can post something on Ringside Rants and talk about next week, and that way we can leak some details or something. Give us some
The official leak.
the official leak of the old AWA promotion coming back. I mean, I don't know what else to call it, but
something not AWA.
Definitely. Okay, then how about this? The company that it was formerly known as something totally different.
No, we're going with it's a brand new company. Doesn't have any connection to anybody.
See, that's what I'm saying. I love that. I love that, man. That is awesome. That is awesome, Chris. Thank you again for hanging in. And stick around for how we handle things real quick, if you don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it tonight for the side of Ringside Rants. And as you always know, if you're not listening to us,
you're doing life wrong.
Fucking right. You're doing life wrong. And on that note, we're not just food that you can digest through your mouth.
We're food for the ears, baby.
Yeah, get digested. Let your ears breathe.
We're also, if anyone wants to wonder why I'm not in my computer room, my mouse is screwed up. I have to buy me a new mouse possibly tomorrow.
Get a cat, man. Cats kill your mice. You know that, right?
Also, you need to get the extension cord from the pig with the aluminum foil. You know.
I love it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Phil, you got a fun fact for us tonight?
Not really.
Oh man, you're supposed to do the fun facts.
Well, usually cut me off with